Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, for the first time ever, I'm going to make a sketchbook and try out some bookbinding techniques. I'm using this premium cotton paper that I got from, I think it was 2 years ago, an Art Snacks Inktober box. And I'm just going to use the remaining paper. I think I had 15 pages left in this to make my book. And this notebook is going to be my Inktober, Sketchtober, Artober. Not sure what to really call it because I'm not following any official prompts at all. I'm just planning to do a drawing every day during the month of October. I haven't even worked out the specifics of if I'm going to stick with one medium or not. But that's the book I'm going to use, and this paper is fantastic for pretty much any medium. Pencil goes on so smooth, ink doesn't feather too much on it, and it works really well when you add water to it. It hardly wrinkles. It does wrinkle a bit, but it is way better than a lot of the other papers I've tried. I highly recommend you invest in a cotton paper if you are looking to use like a wet medium like ink or watercolor as well as other things. It works really well for mixed medium stuff. For this book, I followed a tutorial I found on YouTube, and I will link that in the description box because they are going to explain way better than me what's going on. I am such a noob. This was literally my first time trying to do anything like this, other than my tiny little, I guess you could call it a signature that I made for my October bullet journal, but I just sewed those pages together. Like, I did nothing fancy. This I tried to follow the tutorial, and I think it turned out pretty decently. I'll go over the basic steps. So once you ripped out all of the pages you want to use, I'm going to use the back cardboard as the book covers, and I folded each piece of paper in half, and I tried to make them all as straight as possible, which did take a bit of time, as you could see. And then once I had all of the pages folded, I put them together in, I guess, what is called signatures. However, I think a signature is technically 4 pieces of paper, and since I had 15 pieces of paper, I did groups of 3 so that I ended up with 5 signature-esque things. If you know more about bookbinding, let me know if it's called something else, if it's a different amount of paper. But also, because this paper was so thick, I think having more than 3 would have really made sure I had extremely deckled edges. Like, the edges in this are definitely deckled, but not to an extreme. And then I decided to cover what would become the cover using just a piece of gray scrapbook paper, just so it looked a little bit neater and more put together than it did before. So once I had the signatures together, I marked those where I would be adding the stitches, and I poked holes. There is a special tool for poking holes for bookbinding. I did not have one of those. I just used like an embroidery needle, probably the one you're seeing on screen right now. And I decided to go with like a lavender thread because I thought it would kind of go with the gray cover and look nice with the pages. I don't know, I didn't want anything too bright, but I knew I didn't want like white or gray or black. I wanted something not too bright and not too plain, and I think the lavender kind of meets me in the middle there. I struggled a little bit to thread the needle because I did use all 6 strands of the embroidery floss, and I also struggled a little bit with figuring out the like initial stitches. I also, like, on the bottom cover, I definitely poked some of the holes in the wrong place at first. Don't worry about it. It's on the back. No one, who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. I just told you all, but you know, otherwise nobody's gonna know. This was my first time. We make mistakes, happy little accidents. It's fine. So sewing everything together really did not take as much time as I thought it might. It took me probably about an hour and a half to set up everything to get ready to sew, including, you know, ripping the pages out, folding them, cutting the back cover to size so that I could use it, and putting the paper on that, as well as making the holes in the signatures and the covers. So that was about an hour and a half, and then I think the actual, I guess, sewing binding process took about an hour and a half. It went really quickly once I got the hang of it. The first time, the first few stitches, I was definitely consulting the video a lot. Shout out to that creator because they did such a good job at explaining what to do. I've seen a lot of bookbinding videos that are just sped up and have 0 directions. This person explained everything so well. Like I said, they will be linked in the description box if you want to actually follow a tutorial. This is not a tutorial. This is just my experience with how it turned out. I think it came out decent for a first try. I'm quite proud of it. Can't wait to use it throughout the month of October. Let me know if you're going to be participating in an Inktober-esque thing this year, and what that thing is, or if you're just going to follow your own prompts, if you're following somebody else's prompts. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to see everybody's drawings, paintings, ink, everything. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!